Okay, I already cloned and installed the NPM package from Steven's app. Okay, then I have to read the documentation, the instruction here. We fork a Classmate GitHub, implement a model, and here's a user story. The user should be able to click on the movie image, and then a trailer appears. Basically, a model pop up, and then inside that model we have a YouTube component, and YouTube component render a video from YouTube, right? Okay, and then obviously they should be able to close the model, right? Milestone 1, create a very simple model. So to use a model, we need to install to use either from the model from Bootstrap or React, or we can use a library, React model. Let's try this. Install it and wait.
Can you use Yarn and NPM at the same time on one?
Sometimes you know.
I've done it.
But
I've used them together and nothing breaks. Yeah, but I think you're supposed to choose one. Sometimes I forget which one I used. I'm gonna live code for you, man. I'm gonna live code for you.
If I use Yarn R here, do I need to save file?
No. It saves automatically. I'm really confused why they even have that one. Guys, this is the feature we're implementing, okay? We click a button, we see a preview. Very simple, right? Yes. Okay, so right now we've got our code copied and installed. Let's go ahead and open up our code editor. And let's look at what we got. So right now I've pulled some code from, I've cloned some code from Steven. And this is a part of our job, man, for real. You guys gonna be able to clone someone's code, read that shit, and get something else working. Okay? No one's gonna let you build everything from scratch. When they paid Steven, you know, like $10,000 a month for the last year to build something, they're not gonna ask him to redo all that work so that you guys are comfortable in your jobs, right? You guys have to read some code, figure it out, and make it better. Okay, so let's go ahead and start our application. Okay, so we got our thingy. We see like our filter works, for example. It's instantaneous. So does our rating. Dope. Okay, so now we've been asked to go ahead and implement the watch trailer button. You guys notice right now when I click on it, nothing happens, right? So what I would sometimes do is just copy this, copy it, jump back to our code editor, search. Now I know exactly where this is being generated right here. It's from this thing right here. So we can see that we've got this card component inside of a components library, and inside of here we have text on line 59. So let's just go ahead and add a button. Oops. We'll call this watch trailer, and we're gonna say on click. Console.log magic. So we're just gonna make sure that we can click this thing. So scroll down, we see the button, we click it, we have magic. Okay, so the instructions say that we need to
User sees if they click on movie's image, a trailer appears.
Yes.
That's the next step.
Okay, thank you for the support.
App implements a mode from this first.
Yes. Okay, so we're using React modal. Okay, React modal, we already ran it, so let's just run Google now. This is where we Google and we read some instructions. Figure out how to use this thing, okay? So I guarantee you we gotta import it, right? We ran this one. We gotta import the modal. We jump over to our component. And the thing about modals are special. We should only have one of them on the screen. So right now, I'm just gonna start in app.js, okay guys? I'm gonna import this library and put it right here at the very top.
Lloyd,
Yes?
that model is different than the one that is in React Bootstrap.
Yes.
It works different.
Yeah, the properties are probably different. I'm gonna use this one. I like this one. So you guys can see that we need to create some styles. We're going to create an object that has some has an additional object in it, right? Then we're going to hop back over here and we're going to see an example. And this is what I mean when I show you guys, right? You're going to run across old documentation. Whoever who wrote this library, the last time they updated it was 12 days ago, pretty recently, right? But they didn't fix everything. What's something that they didn't fix for us right here? They're using old JavaScript or old React code. So you guys still got to be able to read this and understand. So now we can see that somewhere down here we have a modal, and it's being passed some props, and some of these props are pieces of state, right? Or what are these things right here? Well, these are functions. On, after, open, on, request, close, and then the last one is open for right now. So we're just going to copy this, and we're going to paste it inside of our app.js, and we're just going to see whether or not we can get it to open first, okay? So I like using this hotkey called Command K. Command K +2, it collapses all our functions, so it's easier to navigate. So let's just go ahead and paste this above. And now we're going to do this. We're going to delete what we don't need and what's going to throw an error. So this piece right here is open. This prop is open. What do you guys expect that to control?
When the modal is open, I'm not sure. False.
True. Exactly. That's exactly correct. So we're just going to hard code it true right now. We're going to see what happens. So we jump back over to our app. We refresh. So we got some warnings. We're going to ignore those right now. Why don't we see a modal? Where's the modal? Okay, we're in app.js. We imported it. See a modal. Let's just stick something in here.
You can see it.
Where? I don't see a modal. Oh, there was a modal.
There's a modal.
Okay, why can't? So we need to stick something.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. Right, it's underneath. Okay. So there it is, right there. Obviously, if we change this value is open to false, then you will not see it. All right. So we need to figure out how to make this thing change, but we also need to style this better. Yeah. Let's make it the background kind of dark. So I'm going to tell you right now, guys, it's okay to look at GitHub repositories or your own code. Okay, that's a part of your job, to look at ways that you've done it before and figure out how to do it now. So I'm going back to this repository, and I want you to know that's what this class is for. You guys are gonna have snippets of code that show you how to do certain things. So right now I'm trying to find some code that I wrote previously, which makes the modal look pretty. That's all it does. Where is that? React modal. So where's that? Here it is. So this is what the object looks like. And copy that. Paste this above. Okay, hopefully this looks good. Now we got some funky styling. Why is this on top?
He's saying this.
I know.
There you go. 111.
Wait. One of these things got a Z index.
There.
There it is.
There's one. There's one more.
It's the whole thing on top.
There's one more index.
Is it this one? It's okay, sidebar. Which one are you talking about, Haquan?
Go to app, CSS, and find out.
Fine.
There you go. Sample.
Damn. We should not be doing Z indexes, guys. These would cause a bunch of other problems. I think it's this one. Well, we picked a bad project today to do this. It's okay though.
It's good. You had to read the code. It's good.
Exactly. So this is what I would do. I would just start deleting code, and figure out which one it is. Okay, there we go. So now the thing is there. I wonder why he did that. Now this is where we're gonna have to ask him a question. We're like, hey, why'd you do that? Why'd you put Z indexes everywhere? There's no right or wrong here. It's time for discussion.
Because I had built my sidebar, and my sidebar, everything was on top of it when I closed it, so I needed it to sit underneath the sidebar before it collapses.
So you want to sit under a. What was wrong? What was going on?
So like before the sidebar, the movies would be on top of it when you closed.
Mhm.
You resized it. So I needed them to be behind it, so I fucking with the Z index everywhere.
Okay. Well, is it still have that problem? We want to fix that right now.
No, it works right now. It works fine right now.
It slightly goes under, but yeah, it works pretty well.
Okay, so let's just go and delete this as we go. I want you guys to delete code as you go, okay? Every now and then run formatting and get you. It's okay to update your technical lead's code, man, for real, because sometimes that person's just busy. And they're just like, hey, I didn't have time to fix this. Thank you for doing this for me. They're going to be happy that you did this. What's this one right here? I think.
Holy shit.
I'm not gonna mess with these for now. It's just like let's just leave it how it is, okay? This is the problem you guys. You guys are gonna find yourself doing this, jumping into some code like, why the fuck did he do that? What the fuck? That doesn't make sense. Okay, so we got a Modo. We showed how to do it. Now we need to do more. We need to have We also need to have the YouTube video, right? So I forgot what the thing is called. Oh my bad.
Just YouTube.
Okay, here it is. Here's our repository for making a beautiful React thingy, fucking YouTube preview.
There are two ways to doing it, guys. You can copy the code from YouTube, or you can use a library in React.
You probably want to do this one. Say
It's
that right now.
faster.
Yes. So once again, we're just gonna stick this in the same file, okay? Put this above here. Copy this. All right, we're gonna stick this inside the modal. So where's the modal? It's over here. Man.
Nah. Okay. Oh, well.
Okay. All right. So we've got the modal. Let's show it. Oops. Oh, my bad. Okay, now we need to start our server. So we run start. You're on start. What's that right here? So what have we done so far? We've gotten two libraries, a modal and a YouTube thingy. We've like read the documentation a little bit, and now we're starting up our server again and seeing whether or not we can get the preview in there. Nice. Okay, so let's figure out how to close it. My bad, man. I gotta show you guys how to close it first. Let's have a function inside of our app component which will change the state of whether or not this is open, okay? So we'll say const toggle modal. That is a constant. What are we gonna do here? We're gonna say set modal open to modal open, the opposite of it, okay? So now we're gonna define our piece of state. We're gonna say, hey, we got a thing called what? Modal open. We have a set modal open is equal to use state. And when the app first loads, is it open? No, it is not open. The user has to click one, right? So now we've got a function which will, in fact, toggle the modal. Who here thinks this will work?
You need to put it somewhere.
Yes, we need to put it somewhere, exactly. So we're gonna pass it to where? We're gonna pass it to movie. Here's the movie cards. Oh. Okay, so he defined it in the same. Okay, no, we jumped over to it. So our card component is inside of app.js. And so now we need to pass that function, right? What's the function called, guys? On toggle movie. Toggle modal. I forgot what I called it.
I'll toggle modal, I think.
I don't remember. Toggle modal, my bad. So we just call it toggle modal. We pass it to our card component. Now we're gonna open up our card component and we need to consume it, right? We need to do something with it. So what were we looking at? Oh my bad, we did this right here. So when the button clicked, right, we need to call that thing, right? Remember what the first thing we did was magic? Do you remember that? Right here, when we click this thing, we put a button in. Do you remember that, guys? But this was the first thing. So now we're gonna call that component, okay? Or that we're gonna call that property. Oh god, dude, I'm so sorry. We're gonna call the property toggle modal, which is passed in to the component, card component, on line what, guys? Yes, on line 431, we pass in a property called toggle modal. What is inside this property toggle modal? The function toggle modal. What does that do? That flips the state. On lines 355 to 357, we take whatever the state is, we flip it. All right, let's see if this works. We need to do one more thing, actually, my bad. We need to now say, hey, the state that we hard-coded to be open on line, the property that we set into modal that's true right now, we need to look at the state. So now we're going to do modal open. So now my hypothesis is that when we click on any of these buttons, it should open. Does that work? Oh, shit. How can we close it now? Okay, so now we got to look at the properties. So now there's one going to be on request close. I think it is. So now we need to know what the other one does. Stick that in, and then we're just going to say, what did I call the function again? Toggle modal. Okay. So we jump back, we test our code, we click a trailer, we click away, it closes. Amazing. Any questions so far, guys?
So what if we want to add a thesis button on the model?
The what button?
The close button.
Close. Like having the X.
You want to have an X on the modal?
It's a little bit more intuitive sometimes. Like you probably will no matter what click off it, just hope it closes, but like to just have it there.
Okay, so that what it is that now we need to actually add it in here somewhere. So we need to say like href. Let me say my bad. On click. Let's just start real small, okay? There are many different ways to do this. You guys know that. And then we'll do toggle modal. But this will achieve the same effect. And I suggest you guys don't do the X, man. Don't do that one. That one's garbage. The X is somewhere around here.
Next to video.
Oh, my bad. Okay, my bad. So we gotta read the component. We gotta read the library, man. There's a way to do it. Okay, it has to do with this thing in here. You guys gotta fuck around these values right here. Okay. I gave you one to copy and paste. You guys can copy and paste that one. But one day someone's gonna ask you that exact same question. So we gotta figure that out. But let me stay focused. Okay. We're past class due right now. We now gotta figure out how to tell the modal which movie to show. Right. So that's the next part. So when we're in our card component, what do we have access to? Each and every fucking movie, right? Right? And then when we map over each movie, I don't like the name of this component, by the way. It's always going to be a component, right? If you're rendering it inside the thing, it's already a component. We shouldn't name it a component again. It's like naming your baby. We already know it's a baby, right? So let's just look at our movie, and this a piece of magic in here that we need. So you're gonna see it rendered a bunch of times. So what we need right here is the no, it's not the ID. It's a different one.
The movie ID. You call the ID.
Fine, I think it might be the ID. Yeah, my bad. The ID. We gotta take the ID. Now we gotta look at the movie database API. We gotta figure out how to use this API to produce a string which has the trailer.
Video? No.
Trailer. Right.
Go back. It's video.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, man. I never forget. There's so many different documentations that we have to use. Sometimes it takes a while to search around for them. It's a part of it, man. So, trailer.
It's video. It's
Get video. Thank you. So let's just test it now, okay, guys? So my expectation is that if we call this API with correctly with our API key and etc., we should be able to get, using a movie ID, a list of trailers. Okay. So let's look at our APIs. We don't have one. So fuck. Someone give me an API key.
Yeah. Go inside the code.
I don't have the key. I'm not signed in right now.
Use this key inside the code. Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice. Did you leave it here somewhere?
It's in my apps.
Okay, sweet. So we got that in 4 places. Okay, so now we're going to go back to Postman. We're going to change out our API key. And we're just going to grab out one movie just to test it, okay? So I like this one. I don't know which one this is. Stubber. After crashing his car, a cop recovering from eye surgery, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now we're going to put in our movie ID. I'm going to send it. Okay, so you guys can see that this is the data that we got back. So when we call this API at the MDB their API, it gives us back an object that has a key in it that we want. What's the key that we want, guys? Which is the key? What key do you want?
Key.
What do you mean?
Yeah, inside results.
No, well, before that, we want results. Okay, I'm talking about the response that we got back from the API. Before you worry about the key, what do we want first? The results. Okay, so let's copy and paste this motherfucker. Okay, so now what do we need to refactor inside of our app.js? We need to do something like this. We need to call something, right? When we toggle it, we need to also trigger an API request. And this API request is going to do what? What does it need? It needs the ID. Well, it needs a bunch of things. So let's just do fetch first, okay? Let's work from the inside out. We're going to call this API, okay? And what do we need to be dynamic? Yes. So how can we get this from our card component? Exactly. We're looking at it on line 12, and what Hai said is when we click this button right here, we need to pass it. What are we passing? Movie.id. So now that ID is going to show up inside of our toggle movie function, and we need to actually make this function smarter. Yeah. Right now it kind of works. It will toggle it, but it's going to make the API request fire every single time, even when we close it. Okay. So now we need to do more. We're going to define a new function. We're calling get movie trailer. And that's going to take an ID, and then we're just going to pass this over here. So what do we need to do inside of toggle modal to make sure that this only requires when you're this only fires when you're opening the modal? Huh?
Check the modal statement at the time.
Yeah, we need to make sure that it's not open. If it is not modal open, then we will do what? We'll get movie trailers. Okay? And either way, we still want to toggle it. Does that make sense, everyone? So then we're going to pass it in right here. I know this is super complicated. This is just conditional so that we don't fire the function, the modal, the request whenever we're closing it too, okay? So watch this. If we leave this here, we'll only see an API request whenever we are opening it. So getting movie data, trailer data. So I click this button. I expect us to see that fire. Did we see it fire? But if I click away, I expect to not see it fire. Did we see it fire? Okay. All right, so that solved that problem. Now that we've called this API, we need to make this asynchronous and wait for the input. So async. Then we do await right here. Const response is equal to. And then we do const data is equal to await response JSON. So now let's just console log data to make sure we understand what we have. Does anyone remember what key we need? Good job. Yeah, that's exactly the key we need. We got a bunch of. Why is this being console logged everywhere? Did I not?
No.
Can I close these? Fuck it. All right, let's go ahead and click this button. Let's make sure we get the data. So we got our data, and now we have our results, and we have something in here that we can use. Okay. So now the expectation is inside of key. If we were to take this thing, right, and we were to stick it inside of our YouTube trailer, we would actually be able to get the behavior of it showing the correct one. So let's go ahead and change this ID. Let's change this, refresh, and let's see whether or not we get the Joker trailer. And we do in fact get the Joker trailer. But notice how whenever we hard code it right there, we always get the Joker trailer. right?
Okay.
So we now need to update this thing into a piece of state as well. Let's just say trailer ID. Okay. So inside of our response data, we now know that that is an array, and we don't know how many trailers a movie may have, right? It may have 1, 5, 20 different trailers. Depends on how much marketing was put into it. So we now need to look at data.results and do something with it, guys. What do we need to do? Say again? No, we don't know the trailer ID. We need to, so what was inside of data.results? Yeah, it was an array. Okay. What did I do wrong here? It's because I didn't do this one correctly. Okay, let's think about this. We're gonna click this button, we're gonna get some data, and we don't know what's in that data. And here it is. Look, this one movie has six trailers. What would be the best solution? We can do most recent. You guys make a decision. You ask your product owner at this point. I would say just randomly select one of these elements. Okay, just randomly show them one of the trailers, so that's like kind of spicy, you know, a little bit of something. So I'm just gonna Google randomly select element from array. I want you guys Googling every single day when you come to class, okay? And for the rest of your professional software development careers. I'm gonna copy this example here, and then we're just gonna change over the names of the variables, okay? So we're gonna paste this. We're gonna say that, oh, okay, it's looking at items, but fine, I'll define it. Say items is equal to this right here. That works. I don't even change the code. I just define a new variable. Okay, so now we got a random item, and we're gonna say a set movie trailer. Set trailer ID, and then we're gonna say is item dot key. Do we have something called set trailer ID yet? Exactly. So we're gonna write some magic. Okay, and then now we're gonna say trailer ID, trailer key. Let's call it key. I like that one more. Key, set trailer key. And then this one's gonna be no, yes, thank you. Now we're gonna refactor some more. We're gonna say this one is set trailer ID, set trailer key, and then we're gonna pass this in right here. Okay, baby, pray for me. Come on, baby. Hustlers, let's see this one. Hustlers. We click it. What movie trailer should we see, guys? Please be something from Hustlers. Okay, so we got that working. Good job. Let's test it one more time. We're gonna go over to Stubber. We click trailer, and we do in fact have Stubber. Nice. All right, let me go ahead and actually just make this a little bit prettier. Okay, how can we make this bigger? So I'm gonna say the width of our trailer is I'm gonna say width is 100%. Does that work? Okay, we're gonna say width is 100%. Please, baby, work. Test it again. Okay, so I think height will work then, right?
Everything you see anyway is either haunted, a person.
Nice. Okay, so do you have any questions about how we implemented the trailer today, guys?
Where's the React router coming into play?
So React Router, we're gonna spend a whole day on that next week. Yeah. Sorry, we decided to move it back in class because ultimately, like, state and props is the most important things. The 2 weeks that we're in doing this for these 2 weeks, you guys have to know how to use components, state, and props. Okay, so we spent 2 weeks on this before we worry about all those other routing libraries, because right now, one screen is all you need. One screen. I don't even care what URL it is. We got to figure out how to show and hide stuff on the screen right now, just like we just did. Figure out how to open the modal, close the modal, show the modal, etc.
Can we use Bootstrap component for this?
Say again?
Can we use the Bootstrap component model?
Yes. I encourage you guys to do that. You can, get a feel for like all the different things that you guys need to learn.
Fine.
So yeah, that's the lecture. Let's go ahead and break for lunch. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, let me. Want to say something? But that one has a bunch of bombs. Don't do it that way. All right, guys. You guys break for lunch. Okay, thank you.